Hello everybody, my name is Madam. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy. By the way, I think I mentioned this before that this is the last episode of the Ace Attorney, and then I think after this is going to be, I don't know what the next one is. I think it's Trials and Tribulations, and then after that will be Justice for All. So yeah, but also this is going to be the last video for 2025 for Wright Ace Attorney as well, which means we probably won't finish this episode. Well, not episode, but we probably won't finish. We probably won't finish this episode. This year we'll most likely finish it. The next year. I thought I did that. So in the last episode, we, what did we do in the last episode? I think, last episode, we continued the investigation. We are continuing the investigation today. I'm still kind of confused about, I'm still kind of confused about everything because the victim, Goodman, right? So he was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, but then he was also killed in the evidence room. And yeah, this is all so confusing. Anyways, let's look at this. What is this sort of paint doing here? Hold on. Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a work in suppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? Interesting. Okay, let's look at this. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. True. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are two things that bother me. One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we can look at. Alright, let's move. Guard station. Hello, Marshall. Prosecutor's office? Yes. February 23, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this space is as classy today as it was yesterday. And I'm sure it'll still be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth is not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. Okay, we have to come back. Hold on. Can we go back to the place? Hi. Okay, I didn't click on that. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Rubber glove added. Okay. Now can we talk to... Hold on. No, I mean, like... Allow me to say one thing, speak as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing! That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. Right. No, I wanted to use it. Okay, I guess we can't use it. So, do we go back to, do we go back to the prosecutor's office? Is that what we do? No? What do we do? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back. Oh, I see. Why am I getting your action here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if you fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol tasting fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 for the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Huh. Okay, now I think we can move back to the prosecutor's office. Right. No? What am I doing? What? I'm so confused. We go here. Hold on, let's go inside. No? Detention center? No? What am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Okay, I'm pretty sure didn't I spray this before? In the last one? Or did I? I remember spraying over there though. Huh. There must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. There's probably something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it in the floor plans. Oh wait, that was me. Sorry, I didn't see his name. I just saw Emma's photo and I thought it was her speaking. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Sorry. Okay, now can we go back to the prosecutor's office? Hello, Marshall. Wrong way. Hello, Marshall. Okay, now can we go back? Hello, Angel. This one. No! Then what? Oh my god. Where did you spray this? We already looked at this. What? I looked at this. What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. Okay, now can we go? Oh my gosh. Why do I keep doing that? Allow me to say one thing. Speak as a detective. If I see a piece of... Okay. There was... Hold on. There was something that I had to show them. Let me show you this. No. This. The sheriff's back in the Wild West and placed much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor West here. Aha! But that and this are two different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. Yeah, me too. Looks like we need some minutes to get anywhere with this guy. What about this? Sheriff's... Okay, never mind. What about, this? Sorry, what about this? Okay, never mind. There was something with that I had to show. This one? The sheriff's back in the Wild West. Alright, thank you. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir, really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir? He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Hold on, maybe we go back? Oh my gosh. How long is it gonna take? Can we go back to here? Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on this day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? Hold on, what? 4:40 p.m. What are you doing here? Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note right on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too. Can we go now? That's all I had to do. That's all I had to do was show the freaking ID card thing. Oh, finally. Oh, it's you. Ah, yes, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave so long. Is Edgeworth here? He better be here. There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Edgeworth. Right. Edgeworth. He has a hotel bringing him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me, somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Inquiry Committee. So, how did the Inquiry Committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Tomorrow's trial. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen this out of sorts. What can I present you? This one. I know you. You probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you're on. The SL9 incident. And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why didn't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Allegations of forgery. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the Deputy Chief of Police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then? He was a top officer and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Why were you getting nervous too, Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was the Deputy Chief of Police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. And what is the code? I think there's something else we can... This one. Oh, right. I better check this now. As I was saying, What is this? Record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went to take the evidence from that day, didn't you? Just before the evidence occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. Let's say AI 16. AI? Yeah. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. Really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. Where to make note of it? Unrelated evidence. Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. By the way, Emma, Chief Prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? If you were still studying forensic science? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal tasting fluid, Well then, you might have used for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. Or is it aluminium? That's technically aluminium would be the correct word. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. Have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No one needs to thank me. Here, take a part of these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprint set and fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. What? Where? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Angel's not here. Alright, let's go here. Conversation. Marshall's not here either. Evidence room. Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood, the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret river we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! Okay, let's choose this one. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. We're starting to get that sparkle in our eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the X button, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With a triangle button. Exciting, I know! Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? But instead of a candle, it's dust. Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some time getting used to it. It's fine, it won't get up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Okay, so dust. Like that, and then blow. What about this one? Dust, blow. Am I doing this right? Hold on, let me do this again. Dust, blow. Dust, blow. Oh, I see. Huh. Like that? I have no idea if I'm doing this right. Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Look at the locker door again. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Here? Oh. We found something. We found something. What else? Fingerprints right there. There we go. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would we most likely find this evidence locker? Hold on. Didn't even get no. That's kind of similar. Oh, because well, that's his locker. Match found. Well, yeah, because that's his locker. So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You had to roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint. Oh, yes, there was. Right here, hold on. I think we can use this. Nope, no. Examine. It was here, right? This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? There go her sparkling again. Alright, let's check for prints. What? The area where the blood was wiped away, right? We ended up finding using chemical means the imprints in the area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints? Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. How do we do that? Okay. Wait, what? Oh, we gotta look around. Oh, I'm not seeing anything. Wait, hold on. Here. Here we go. Let's just do this. What is that? I'll give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Okay. Should be the thumb. There's one. Alright, let's just do this. Here we go. Much better. Do 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 do. Dust, 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 dust. Do 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 do. Boop. And just a couple more dusting. Just a few more dusts here and there. And there we go. Marshall. Wait, hold on. That's a match. Yeah, that's a match. Match found. Hey, these fingerprints, whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Don't tell me. That's gotta be coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. On a white blood stain. Oh my god, don't tell me he's the... No. But why would Officer Marshall... Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess that's what you'd call a decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Oh my gosh. To be continued. To be continued indeed. Oh my goodness. So that means we are on... Oh my god, we're finally on day 3. Whew, trial former. Oh my gosh. Okay, so does that mean... No. Can't be, right? Do a little bit, but then I'm going to end the video soon. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was... Oh, Lana. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? This is Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? No, why? We had to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Okay, let's begin the first part of the trial, but it won't be for long. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department for the prosecutor's office. Yet, the victim, Bruce Goodwin, will stand at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Israel's car. Wow, this is one mess-up trial. It sure is. One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now, that's what sets Mr. Israel apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Ms. Redruth, you may call your witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Oh, Meekins. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I'm like what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Redruth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir? Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for lack of enthusiasm. No, we cannot. Alright. Witness testimony. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room for that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out till another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Beacon's family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness? Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The witness may begin his cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Okay, cross-examination. Well, some of my normal duty, I was sent to guard the evidence room that day. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. The evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger. Guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Oh, that one. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. Huh. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. Then I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Suspicious man. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Right? There it is! I found it! This is one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 498. What? It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number is 4989596. It's shown as being used twice. Twice? Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time was when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time was when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data added to ID card record. Okay. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he was as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash in my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool... Sorry, maybe you just kept your cool... What? Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... Well, when I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. But for my life, I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. He must have been desperate. And the next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched with a sea of my blood. And the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! After that, I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered. That is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned to the engine before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear, sorry. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. He was sent to my jail cell. Chief Guy delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief? Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? But I specifically asked if there was such tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? There's the blue badger. There's Detective Goodman. There's opening his locker, the glove folds out. And there's Officer Meekins. And then and then Goodman is gone. Huh? I'm confused. And he's pissed. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell is that wiggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Jury video added to the court record. Yes, well, anyway. The tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone. In the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir! As you wish, sir! Mystery man. Okay. His face can't be clearly seen in this video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? The detective has been given a locker equipped with the fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim of the crime scene would have to been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin to cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Oh, yeah, we know that. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as people's having seen or not seen the man's face. I believe what would be classified as the latter. The latter? You were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. I'm the same. I don't look directly at people when I'm talking to them. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet I'd wear my badge on it. But there's no question that the other person is Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen. Since his faces can't be seen and identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? Find the label you're serious as disturbing or... Meekins. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please, be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you're positive it was him. I mean... The locker... Okay. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! If I may simply say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is. Unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? There probably is, so yeah. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. And what is strange, Mr. Wright? Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? What? The video contains such a contradiction? Interesting, Your Honor. I have a proposal. Wait, because in the video we couldn't see... Obviously we couldn't see the guy's face. So then someone was... Oh! Wait. So then it wasn't... Wait, I don't know, I'm confused. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I suppose we hear the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let's further inspect this piece of evidence. Have now played the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. Has pointed out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. Then don't watch it. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not... Never mind. There he is. Wait on. Here. There's the glove. There's Officer Meekins. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to press that. Oh, I see now. The thing that's strange about the video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Oh. Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker was unlocked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Wait. The glove. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's unlikely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh, well, it just goes to show, novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why was the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this is exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed system sensor? Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Oh, there is. I already know it is. Okay. Fast forward. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. Oh, but sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out of roles greatest. Objection! We can't be sure. We can't be sure that idol was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Yeah, inserted. This one thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me, but the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator by the crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. I think I know what it is. Very well, will the first page present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It was a rubber glove. I found inside the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SO9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, if... Never mind. Order! 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 So we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense is merely to share that possibility, nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. Prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins. Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Witness testimony, Mystery Man Part 2. Okay, I am actually, wait. Well, I think this is the last one for this one. So, let's just continue. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the witness room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Huh. An ID record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Who's 77777777? The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular is the first one Marshall? Is the first ID one Jake Marshall? This particular evidence room was only used for certain special cases. Special cases? The extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too. Although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right. Hey, see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Okay. There's one thing that the segment was. What? There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Okay, never mind. Is that carding from? Okay, yeah, we know that. Okay, we're gonna skip this one. An ID card is used as a record of it. Yeah, we know that. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he has to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something should be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Ooh. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. And I think I know who it is. Well, I think we all know who it is. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, Officer Meekins' encounter was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the incident of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim of this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used a murder weapon. No. I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim of Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Object!
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Well, no, it didn't. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further explanation to the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witness will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other evidence. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Oh my god, why can't I fucking read? Sorry. This might just be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify? What is his or her name? His name is Jake Marshall. Wrong button. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Well, it's probably going to be longer than 20 minutes. It's going to be a whole month. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is what is that word? I don't know what that word is. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? Well, what do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Please ignore the bird. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? I hope I'm not interrupting you anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Okay. You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SN9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SN9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. Can't believe you, the Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've bought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SN9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark Killings. Who? There. The Joe Dark... No. No, Lana. It's over with. No! Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth? Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I better take a look at this file. To be continued. Again. Okay, yes. Alright, so... we will not be continuing the trial until next year of 2026. So, I say this in my other video, but depending on which video I upload first, it's going to be this one or my other one. Please ignore the bird that's tweeting away, that's chirping away. Sorry. I don't know. Basically, this is going to be the last video. Well, these are going to be my last videos for 2025. So, thank you everybody for watching today's episode or today's video. And I hope you all have a really good Christmas. Who don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you really, why can I not speak? I hope you have a really good Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a really good holidays and, a happy New Year's, and I will see you guys in the next time in 2026. All right, thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.